Right, hi everybody. I hope you're all good. It's Sunday, the 15th of January 2023, and I'm back again. What a busy boy I've been today. Second forecast. This one's looking at the week ahead, the 7-day forecast for Kent. I've been out with my camera this afternoon, catching some surf, catching some beautiful cumulonimbus clouds over the English Channel as those showers have moved along. Right, it's turning cold outside now. It's 6.6 degrees here in Folkestone. It's a little bit colder than that inland, and temperatures around the country are falling as well. These are the current top of the hots. Currently 8.3 in the Isles of Scilly is the top of the pile, and most places are between 7 and 8. Many places are in fact even colder than that, so much colder than what we've been experiencing of late. And this is because we are now bringing in that northerly air mass that is turning colder. It's been well forecast probably for about a week now, but it has arrived. It is marching south, and things are set to turn quite a bit colder. That's not the only story. We've got trouble looming to the southwest. This is a big, massive cloud and rain, which is going to be pushing in across the English Channel and up towards southern England tonight, which brings us that snow risk, which I mentioned in the previous forecast. Please tune into that one if you want a bit more detail. But the Met Office have picked up on this as well. They've issued a weather warning for snow. It's valid between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning, and it talks about a spell of heavy rain affecting southeast England during the early hours of Monday morning, lasting into the morning travel period before clearing eastwards. 10 to 20 millimetres of rain is expected in places, and there is a risk of this turning to snow before clearing. There is large uncertainty as to whether it will snow, but if it does, a few places may see 2 to 5 centimetres accumulating above 100 metres in a fairly short period. This may lead to difficult travel conditions and some disruptions. So, yeah, no surprises there. Got to mention that rain will be very heavy. So even if it doesn't snow, 10 to 20 millimetres of rainfall on top of the saturated ground we've got at the moment is really quite noteworthy. And because temperatures are marginal, if that rain does turn to snow, as you can see with the intensity of that rain, it wouldn't take too long to cause us some problems with snowfall. So the warnings are valid. Please heed them, especially if you're over higher ground. Back to the cold spell. Temperatures are now falling. Looking at the ensembles, we're now cold between now and the 20th or the 21st. So it's a 5-day cold snap. Temperatures appear to be wanting to warm up back to average from next weekend, but I think it will be a slow old process. We'll look at the jet stream. This is why things have turned cold. We're familiar over the last 3 weeks that jet stream has been firing its way over the UK, but it has now moved to the south of the UK. And this is the reason why we are now bringing in the colder air. So by Tuesday, the jet stream running down through Spain, through the Mediterranean, keeping things mild and unsettled there. Whereas here in the UK, we are left on the cold side, and this is why the temperatures have fallen. Looking at the anomalies then, so at the moment, if we run sequence through, the cold air is arriving. It's been, as I've mentioned, long forecast. And if we run the sequence through the remainder of the week, the cold air remains in place. It looks rather like it did in December, doesn't it? Remember that cold week we had between, I think it was the 8th and the 18th? Cold air over the country. Tuesday is another cold day. These anomalies 5-6 degrees below average. Wednesday, we're still cold. We're still bringing down those northerly breezes. There's little areas of low pressure in the North Sea pulling down those northerly winds of Arctic origin. And even by Thursday, the cold air is still very much in place. But look out to the west. There's the signs of the Atlantic trying to push back in to start to bring less cold air in by the end of the week. By Friday, it is starting to reach the western parts of the UK, but certainly here in the UK, it's still going to be pretty damn chilly on Friday, well below average. It's only when we get to next weekend that temperatures then eventually start to pick up, and by next Sunday, there are signs that we will be mild again. But as is the case with these cold spells in winter, once you get the cold air in, if it's lasted 3 or 4 days, it can take a little bit of time for it to shift. Don't be at all surprised if it's still quite chilly next weekend. We've mentioned the jet stream. Let's now look at the way the GFS wants to play the loop of precipitation throughout the course of the week because it's not going to be entirely dry, but equally there's going to be a fair amount of beautiful sunny skies in that Arctic polar air. So this is the scene at the moment. We've had the showers running along the south coast. As you've seen in my photograph, this is the system that's going to be coming in tonight, giving that rain, sleet, and snow risk. That clears out the way tomorrow morning, and then we're left in a dry, cold, and bright day with sunny spells, but temperatures will be falling away. We go into Tuesday. Tuesday is a mainly dry and bright day with sunny spells, temperatures struggling to get maybe just slightly above zero, but we should be dry, plenty of sunshine. Snow showers packing into the northwest of England through the Irish Sea, across Lancashire and through the Cheshire Gap. Wednesday, again, not too bad. We start off dry, cold, very fine and frosty. Showers are still around those northern and western coasts, but I'm expecting Wednesday to sort of herald perhaps more in the way of wintry showers. A chance of a few snow flurries edging down across us during Wednesday afternoon. But look to the northeast of the UK. There's a little area of low pressure running down the North Sea with a more organised band of snow. And if we look at that, it runs it down. This is 1800 on Wednesday. By the time you get to Wednesday evening and overnight, there's a chance that that snow, in association with that frontal system running down the North Sea, could be bringing us some snow. So this has been modelled a fair bit as well. So I think if there is an enhanced period of snow after the early hours of this morning, there will be that period again on Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday, we lose those overnight sleet and snow showers, and then it's a dry, bright, and very cold day with sunny skies, very hard frost early. I'm going to come on to the temperatures in a moment. I think you're going to be in for a bit of a shock. And by Friday, once again, it starts off dry, cold, and very frosty, but you'll see that cloud is starting to increase from the west. Milder air is starting to push in. A warm front is edging into the west of the UK with light rain and drizzle, and perhaps just a small brief spell of snow on its leading edge before things turn milder. Next weekend, we're back to square one. We're back into the westerly breezes. We're back into the cloud, and probably by Sunday, we'll be back into that drizzly regime that we've become accustomed to over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Now, for the big story, it's the temperatures. Maximum temperatures this week are going to drop like a stone. So today we've seen maximums of 8. Tomorrow, maximums of 4. Tuesday, maximums of 1 or 2. Wednesday, maximums of 2 or 3. Thursday, maximums of 2 or 3. Friday, maximums just edging up a little bit, 4s and 5s. Next Saturday, 4s and 5s. By Sunday, perhaps edging up closer to normal, 7 degrees as we start to bring in that westerly. Now, the overnight temperatures. Are you ready for a shock? So we started this morning at 4 degrees. We start tomorrow morning. Hang on, let's go on to the minimum temperature. We go tomorrow morning and we wake up to 1 degrees. And hence, with all that precipitation around, you can see that's where the snow risk is. We go into Tuesday morning and look at that, -6, -7, even -10 down there in parts of Sussex. Incredible. I don't know if the models are actually overdoing it, but these temperatures are exceptionally low. So -7, -8 on Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning, we wake up -6, -7 inland, and even around the coasts, -2, -3, incredibly cold, incredibly cold. Thursday morning, less cold, -2, and that's probably because there's the chance of those sleet and snow showers blowing through. Friday morning, the last really cold day, but exceptional, -8 degrees as a minimum. 18 degrees Fahrenheit. This is really cold stuff. But you'll see towards the west, things are starting to turn less cold. Right down at the tip of Cornwall, we're back in double figures. And then over the course of Saturday, it starts to turn less cold everywhere. We hold on to perhaps a cold start on Saturday morning, but by Sunday morning, we're back above zero again. So that is it in summary. I think it's fair to say that we're going to be in for a very cold week, quite often sunny, crisp, harsh frosts early and late. the risk of some wintry precipitation, as we mentioned. We've got the tomorrow morning's risk, and we've got the Wednesday night, Thursday morning risk, but there's always the risk of a flurry here or there at times. Keep in touch with the forecasts. If anything interesting does transpire, then I'll be publishing it on the YouTube channel. But yeah, all look after yourselves. Thanks for watching. Stay warm, and ciao for now.